To understand Scientology today, we have to go back to the beginning, to its brilliant, prolific, and incredibly controversial founder, L. Ron Hubbard. Lafayette Ronald Hubbard was a man of many tailies. Before creating Scientology, he was a pulp fiction writer, churning out stories in fantasy, science fiction, and adventure at an astonishing rate. He was a master storyteller, and this skill would become central to his later work. During World War II, he served in the U.S. Navy, an experience he later claimed was filled with heroic combat, though official records paint a much quieter picture. After the war, Hubbard, like many, was searching for answers. He claimed to be grappling with his own physical and psychological wounds from combat, and this personal quest for healing would lay the groundwork for what was to come. The year is 1950. The book is Dianetics, the Modern Science of Mental Health. It exploded onto the scene, becoming a massive bestseller. Hubbard's proposition was radical and appealing. He claimed that the source of all human irrationality, psychosomatic illnesses, and unhappiness was something he called the reactive mind. This part of the mind, he said, stores painful memories called engrams. Dianetics offered a specific form of therapy called auditing to find and erase these engrams. The goal? To become a person free from the negative influence of their reactive mind, supposedly resulting in higher intelligence, better health, and greater happiness. Dianetics was an overnight sensation. Groups popped up across America with people auditing each other in their living rooms, eager to become clear, but the medical and psychiatric establishments were deeply skeptical. They criticized Hubbard's work for lacking scientific evidence and rigorous testing. Despite the criticism, the movement grew, but it also faced financial troubles and internal conflicts. It became clear to Hubbard that Dianetics needed a more robust structure to survive and expand. So, in 1952, Hubbard took a pivotal step. He broadened his ideas beyond just the mind, incorporating spiritual and metaphysical concepts. He introduced the idea of the thetan, an immortal spiritual being, essentially, the true self. You are not your body or your mind, you are a thetan. He claimed thetans have lived countless lives over trillions of years and have forgotten their true nature and power. This evolution from mental therapy to a spiritual philosophy marked the birth of Scientology. In 1953, the first Church of Scientology was founded in Camden, New Jersey. By framing it as a religion, Hubbard secured legal protections, most notably tax-exempt status, which would become crucial in the battles ahead. As Scientology grew, so did its core practices and beliefs. Auditing remained central, but now it was used to help the thetan move up the bridge to total freedom. This is a step-by-step path of courses and auditing sessions designed to increase spiritual awareness and reclaim one's abilities as a thetan. As you advance up the bridge, you reach the operating thetan, or OT levels. This is where Scientology's teachings become much more esoteric and are kept strictly confidential until a member is deemed ready. According to leaked documents and former members, the OT levels, particularly OT3, introduced the story of Xenu. This is perhaps the most famous and controversial part of Scientology's cosmology. The story goes that 75 million years ago, the tyrannical ruler of a galactic confederacy brought billions of his people to Earth, then called Tigi, stacked them around volcanoes, and blew them up with hydrogen bombs. The souls of these beings, called body thetans, now cluster around modern humans, causing all our spiritual and emotional problems. Advanced auditing at the OT levels is designed to identify and remove these body thetans. For critics, this story is proof that Scientology is science fiction, masquerading as religion. For believers, it's a profound spiritual truth that explains the hidden sources of human suffering. From the 1960s onward, Scientology faced intense scrutiny from governments and media around the world. Countries like the UK, Australia, and the United States launched investigations questioning its practices, finances, and claims of being a religion. Hubbard and the church responded fiercely to any criticism. They established the Guardian's Office, an internal intelligence agency, Its purpose was to protect Scientology from its enemies. In the 1970s, the Guardian's office launched Operation Snow White, one of the largest infiltrations of the U.S. government in history. Agents bugged offices and stole thousands of documents from the IRS and other government agencies. The plot was eventually uncovered by the FBI, leading to the imprisonment of several high-ranking Scientologists, including Hubbard's own wife, Mary Sue. In 1967, feeling besieged on land, Hubbard took to the seas. He established the Sea Organization, or Sea Org, a dedicated group of Scientologists who signed billion-year contracts to serve the religion. They lived and worked on a fleet of ships, sailing the Mediterranean and Atlantic, forming a kind of mobile headquarters outside the jurisdiction of any single country. The Sea Org became and remains the clergy and management core of Scientology, known for its intense discipline and unwavering dedication. L. Ron Hubbard died in 1986, passing into a state he described as dropping his body to continue his spiritual research on a higher plane. His death left a power vacuum. A young Sea Org member named David Miscavige emerged as the new leader. Miscavige had joined the Sea Org as a teenager and quickly rose through the ranks, becoming a trusted aide to Hubbard. Upon taking control, he consolidated power, restructured the church, and led it into a new era. He is known for being a powerful, demanding leader who has overseen Scientology's greatest victory and its most challenging controversies. One of Miscavige's most significant achievements was securing full religious recognition and tax-exempt status from the U.S. Internal Revenue Service in 1993. This was the culmination of a decades-long war with the IRS. The victory was a massive turning point, lending the organization legitimacy and saving it millions of dollars. Under Miscavige, Scientology also became famous for its celebrity members. Actors like Tom Cruise and John Travolta became prominent ambassadors, bringing Scientology into the global spotlight like never before. The church opened gleaming new ideal orgs in major cities around the world, projecting an image of success and expansion. However, the 21st century has brought new and profound challenges. The rise of the internet created a space where critics and former members could share their stories and connect with each other, bypassing the church's control over information. Websites, forums, and later, social media became hubs for dissent. High-profile defections, including from top executives like Mike Rinder and Marty Rathbun, and celebrities like Leah Remini, led to a wave of books, documentaries, and television series that painted a dark picture of life inside Scientology. They alleged forced disconnections from family members who are critical of the church, harsh labor conditions in the Sea Org, and intense psychological pressure on members. The Church of Scientology vehemently denies these allegations, labeling the defectors as bitter apostates and launching aggressive counter-PR campaigns. They maintain that they are a thriving religion dedicated to helping humanity, and that these attacks are simply religious persecution. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you found this interesting, please like and subscribe for more deep dives into complex topics.